Good morning. All right, got another rewatch. Um, this is we did a Highlands map, which was very interesting, and we separated Jake and Jono, and then everybody else went full random civs, random teams. Ended up putting me and Jeff on Jake's team, and Tanner and Taylor on Jono's team. So, actually, let me turn on this light. Makes for a very interesting game. Idle villager right there. I think it's probably remains there all game. Anyways, without further ado, so we have Jeff, and it gave him the Malay. Worked very well because Jeff dominated this game. Then it gave me the Magyars, which I was worried that it's like, oh, I don't have any walls, so I ended up building a wall of houses at some point to kind of protect our trade, which makes me very upset that, where was it? At some point, I think it's right here, there was a little hole that because it's on a hill, it like didn't show, but a whole bunch of horses got through here, a whole bunch of paladins. I was very upset. Anyways, it gave Jake the Berbers, which I am so happy that Jake he's like, I'm gonna do what I can. Because I don't think Jake is either gonna go the Spanish or not Spanish, the Teutons or the Khmer. Those are both of Jake's go-to civs. However, I don't have walls, so Jake walled off there. He walled off here. Thankfully, that gave me a little bit of time to respond. And then Jeff's all right here. Well, Tanner's walled that off anyways, but okay, let's go over here. So Tanner was given the Celts, which is right up his alley. He loves building a lot of siege anyway. So Taylor was given the Cumans, and Jono was given the Franks, which that's Jono's favorite civ. So the civ choices greatly benefited the other team. I was worried because I was like, Cumans, Franks, it's a lot of cavalry to back up Tanner's siege, but you know, we'll see how that goes, especially with Jeff going the Malay. Here, let's fast forward this a little bit so we can get going. Jake's whole game plan is like he was gonna just hold and be on the water a little bit, which kind of helped a little bit, having some ships. Let's see, right here, that kind of helped me a little bit. From what I understand, actually, let me do this before treaty drop is done. Jeff was ready at the get-go. Wow, that is a lot of harbors. Oh, the Malay, their harbors built, they shoot arrows. Oh, that's what happened. I had no idea what happened down here, but that is genius on this map. Because you can just line the entire waterway with docks. Oh, that is awesome. And they don't cost stone. That is a good idea. Love it. Anyways, okay, so he was ready at the drop, and I'm sure this really, really helps. So he's got trebuchets. I mean, there's a minute left, and he doesn't really have troops. He doesn't even have a wall. But I guess it doesn't matter because Tanner said he hit him so hard. The Magyars have one thing: cavalry archers and paladins. So I decided to go all in on the paladins, so I ended up building a whole bunch. I am not even an Imperial yet. Treaty drop is 10 seconds, and I'm not an Imperial. I'll show that here in a second. Let's see, Jake and Jono head-to-head. This was probably the best matchup that we could have asked for, is Jake and Jono head-to-head. Because if it was Taylor, that would have been bad. Taylor, as it is, he was getting ready. He was hitting hard right here. So treaty drop is over, and I just hit Imperial. So not a great one for yours truly. But let's look down here. Gosh, that is awesome. Okay, so all these Malays, all these Malayan docks just went crazy. All right, so Jeff comes out of rocking with some halbs at first. Tanner's trying to get to siege. He's got an onager, but he doesn't have siege onagers yet. Oh, Jeff, you're a monster. All right, so Jeff, from the get-go, he's got long swordsmen that are not upgraded. He's got halbs, and he's already he just sneaks in. It looks like this wasn't actually walled. And he just comes in with villagers, starts building barracks right where all of his production buildings are. So Tanner gets hit right away, and then I get hit right away. So luckily, Jake, thank you so much for building this wall, because that slowed down these rams just enough to kind of help me start building. So I still don't have upgraded paladins. I only have cavaliers, but they kind of help stave off Taylor for now. Yeah, so Taylor's ready to go. What are these? Oh, these are the Kipchaks. They're cavalry archers. All right, so here comes Taylor. Looks like down here. Okay, so Jeff is rocking and rolling from the get-go. Oh my word, he is. Tanner can't even respond. He's trying to build military buildings. He can't even respond. Okay, so here we go. So Taylor plunges. He's right here. He found a way. How the heck is that open? That is ridiculous. They are going through the houses. That is so dumb. I'm very mad. Anyway, so I set my waypoint back here, tried to take care of those. Let's check in on Jake. Jake is, like I said, this was the great matchup because Jono doesn't typically hit very early, which gives Jake a really, really good time to kind of prepare. He's get some ships, really just hold out. Jake was really good just for holding out. I guess it doesn't matter because this eventually was open since Taylor got through, so eventually they would have gotten through. All right, so Taylor's here. Eventually I do get him out. I'm streaming troops back there. Eventually I close this off right here. Taylor is still sending all of his siege rams, which are done, kind of making their hole through the wall. Jake is helping me with some of his ships. Thank you, Jake. Let's go back on here. Jeff has just, oh, I'm sorry, Jeff, I did not give you. You're the MVP, and I didn't give you any attention, even though you're totally destroying Tanner over here. So, let's see, Taylor, he sneaks in a bunch of villagers. They're trying to build castles. They're trying to build military buildings over here, or maybe he's trying to. Okay, so he's trying to send them to the trade. So he clicked back here, and the only way for them to get there is way, way over here. So I don't know where they're going. So the villagers are just kind of chilling there. They're gonna get through here real quick, but I think I sent some. Yeah, I sent these paladins to kind of block up the hole. Yep, so okay, so they get preoccupied. I blocked the hole right there. I'm still trying to take out these siege rams. So Jeff is just like, I'm like, guys, it's not good. I'm trying to hold off against Taylor. Taylor got me worried there for a little bit, and Jeff is just rolling. Like, Tanner's gone from the get-go. There is no Tanner. Oh, Jeff is building a castle in the trade already. Tanner's got 2 town centers. That's it. These 2-handed swordsmen are going nuts. He's got bombard cannons. I didn't know the Malay had bombard cannons. Cool. Yeah, so Jeff wiped out Tanner from the get-go. Tanner was not ready. It's really hard to kind of fight against this, so he just waltzed in and took it out. John was trying to help with some cavaliers. Not upgraded paladins yet. It's just not going well. I eventually do get Taylor out. And I shore this up, make sure he's not in our trade, and then I'm getting ready for my push. But at this point the game's already over. It's already now a 3v2 because Jeff has single-handedly just like taken out Tanner. All right, so there I go. I was pretty excited about like pushing back against Taylor, but now I don't feel as good because literally he had no help because of all of this. Fighting a 2v1 battle. Or 3v2, my bad. So let's fast forward this. Alright, so Jono is taking out, he's pushing against Jeff. Because right now Jake is giving him minimum resistance. Jake is just really holding. It looks like there was a hole in the wall at some point. Maybe? Or they tried to. Alright, I'm pushing back against Taylor. I'm getting to his buildings. I probably pushed back. Okay, so this is why I won against Taylor. I was really confused. I only have 1 unit. It's because Taylor's tried to send... I think... Did Taylor send units over here? Don't think so. Where are those units? So Tanner actually is still alive because I do remember we did see We did see siege. Okay, so Tanner has built houses back here. He's got siege workshops here. Does he have a town center? Alright, so that, is this my scout? That's my scout. That's hilarious. I don't see that Tanner has another town center here. He's got a couple houses. Jeff is over here with his long swordsman. He's building another castle. Yeah, Tanner's just basically gone. I am now building forward troops. I send these back into the... Try and get rid of what's left of Taylor. Alright, so we got Jono here. He's trying to take out my buildings. I send some troops up there real quick. Eventually I start deleting villagers because I need pot space and I have a lot of idle villagers. So here comes Tanner. Tanner's starting to do the Celt thing. He's bringing him to the siege. So if Jeff did not hit Tanner as early as he did, I don't think that would have gone well for Jeff. Because Jeff has all infantry, and against all of the siege that he ends up sending, Jeff's like, I can't handle the siege. So luckily I was there, but Jeff would have had it anyways. But yeah, if Tanner would have gotten rolling, that would have been very, very scary. Yeah, so Jeff has completely taken over half of their base, and there's the resignation. Yeah, we're in on them. So that was a very early resign, and then Tanner wanted to keep playing. So this ended up going way longer than it should have. It takes us a little while. Tanner finally could actually play the game. So he's like, I want to keep playing. Except it doesn't take long for Jeff to take out what couple buildings he has left. Or maybe he hot chats or something and forgot to surrender. There we go. Okay. Yeah. Ooh, that was a rough game. So looking back over here, we have total score does go to Jeff. I was very close behind. We have economy goes to me. That's the first. I never get the economy score. Technology goes to Taylor. Jeff gets society. And how does this work? So I get the total score, but Jeff gets the military score. I think this little ribbon does mean MVP though, so I think Jeff definitely gets the MVP there, which he should either way, according to the game or not, because yeah, he got the jump on Tanner. Jeff had the most units killed. Jake had the least units lost, which is that's all we need him to do. We just need him to hold. The buildings raised was so Jeff and my KDs were actually pretty similar, but then this is where he showed up was the buildings raised. He had a ton. Buildings lost. I lost the fewest. Largest army goes to Jono. I had the most food. Jeff had the most wood and stone. I had the most gold, and I had the most trade profit. Jake sent the most to Jeff because Jeff was rolling. Jeff had the feudal castle. Jake had the imperial. Let's see, Jeff had the castles. Taylor had the relic. I had the villager high. I don't think I've ever had that either. 255. Cool. Yeah, and good game. Off to round 2.